Our final inductee of the evening, Robin Thirsk, is a long way from Waterloo, Canada to Statesboro, Georgia, but the opportunity of having an athletic scholarship and attending Georgia Southern was one that was too good to pass up. Robin, a striker for the women's soccer team, would make an impact on the field as well as in her academic endeavors and set an example for many other Eagle student athletes. Heading south of the border to Georgia Southern, Robin found an opportunity to continue playing the sports she loved with the added bonus of being able to play on the same team as one of her friends from Canada.
I think it starts with my parents, who somehow figured out how to get 3 kids to every single sporting event that we had growing up. They were outnumbered by the children in the household, but also by the number of sports and sporting events that we had every single evening and every weekend throughout our lives. They deserve the biggest of thank yous. My mom, who's sitting over here, my father, who couldn't be here this evening, because they never missed an opportunity to give all 3 of their children an even bigger opportunity. And when they couldn't be in 3 places at once, it was my friend's parents who stepped in, and I believe they deserve as much of a thank you as well, because they were able to help get us to where we needed to be. I also have a great stepdad who's here with me this evening, and he may have come into my world much later in my life, but he has turned out to be, he has never missed an important event in my life, and he's probably one of my #1 fans, so I'm very thankful and grateful that he's here. And I have 2 older brothers who also couldn't be here. My family lives all over the world, so that's why we couldn't be here this evening. But my brothers, I grew up with them, and I didn't want to be what they fondly refer to as the goal judge growing up. That's where I got to actually decide if the ball went in the net or not. It's just kind of a raft, but not really. It's a less important role. I had to earn my position and my place on the field. I look up to my brothers for their athletic ability and their intelligence. And if I hadn't seen them in action growing up, I might not have realized that determination heart mattered more than size. There's my teammates, my pre-college teammates, my college teammates, and my post-college teammates. For my pre-college teammates, I remember growing up with them and celebrating hard-fought tournaments on rainy weekends that turned the soccer field into a mud pit, and diving across what eventually turned into a pond when that final whistle blew and we knew he had won. And my college teammates, the ones here at Georgia Southern, are the ones I remember practicing with in 100-degree heat 3 times a day in pursuit of what we hoped would be a winning season, and for both us and for Georgia Southern. I remember going on road trips where 20 to 25 girls piled on a bus and forced our coaches to watch another inspirational movie and probably another chick flick. I actually remember a time where Tom and our assistant coach, Andrew, were forced to watch Girls Just Want to Have Fun again. And they actually got up and cheered during one of the points because I think they were just over it. My teammates from college are some of my best friends and have remained so to this very day. I was lucky that my friend Tara, who also came down from Canada to play at GSU, was here. She made a big transition that much easier, and I really thank her for that. And upon arrival here at school, I met my friend Mary, who's sitting over here. She amazed me because she was not only a soccer player, but a basketball player, and she juggled all of it, and also managed to have a little bit of fun while she was at it. Those people that I met at Georgia Southern are some of my closest friends today, and they're like family to me. And I'm fortunate that even to this day I get to play soccer with some of them, and many of them are sitting over there. There's my friend Emily, my friend Alan, and my other friends, Mickey and Lou, who didn't go to Georgia Southern, but are people that I still get to play soccer and I met through soccer. I also met my boyfriend at Georgia Southern. He's sitting over at the table here. And we may have taken a 10-year hiatus from dating each other, but it was soccer that brought us back together again recently. And once my time was done at Georgia Southern, it was playing on a club team at Georgia Southern, where I met my friend Emily, or the many co-ed women's teams that I've played on in Atlanta since moving from Statesboro that led me to meet the people that are sitting here today. In high school,